Hi, everybody. My name is Stephanie Frosto. I'm a professor at Austin Community College, and I teach English and integrated reading and writing. Today, I'm going to be talking about metacognitive reading strategies. So let's take a look at what we're going to exactly be talking about. So I'm going to talk about metacognition and why it's important to be aware, metacognitively aware when you're reading. And then I'm going to talk about each one of these three reading strategies. So metacognition, I tell my students, this is a word that can be defined very complicated by lots of scholars, but really it comes down to just thinking about thinking. So students learn to think about how they think, how they learn, how they think about how they learn, and how they think about something when they're approaching a learning experience, because how they do that affects their outcomes. Why being metacognitively aware while reading is important for students. They learn to monitor their own understanding. When I tell them this, they don't believe me that they're going to be able to. And then at the end of the semester, they are so shocked at themselves that they can understand their own, monitor their own understanding, that they can regulate their reading. And they've actually learned to evaluate what knowledge they have actually acquired. The three strategies that we're going to talk about today are global reading strategies, which are conditional, meaning that the students have to actually do that part for them to experience that strategy. The problem-solving strategy is declarative, because they actually, part of problem solving is declaring what you know and what you don't know. And it's okay if you don't know anything about what we're about to read about, because just think of all the things you're going to learn. And the last one is the support reading strategy, which is procedural. There are things that we're going to learn how to do, I tell my students, so that they can become stronger readers. And ultimately, being metacognitively aware while reading leads to a creation of curiosity while reading, and making connections is so vitally important. Using one's imagination, and all of that grows confidence. The first strategy is global reading strategies, and this is a focus on an analysis of the text. So if you've ever heard of PQR4 or SQR3, those are along the same lines as a global reading strategy. So you're previewing the text, scanning the text for content and links, making predictions, looking at the title, who or what do you think this is going to be about? Looking at those headings, what do I think this section is going to be about? Monitoring comprehension. Being able to retell, summarize, and synthesize information are all parts of critical reading and critical thinking. So retelling or paraphrasing, summarizing, and that's such an important key of synthesizing what you have read. Using text structures, so establishing connections and drawing on that prior knowledge to make sure that you are actually staying in that active position of reading. Employing mental imagery, visualizing the text. Research shows that students who are able to make visualizations as they are reading, kind of mental images, if you will, of what they are reading, will actually hold on to the information they have read for longer periods of time. The second reading strategy is problem-solving reading strategies, and these are used in situations when parts of the text are too difficult to read. So, slowing down and adjusting reading speed to deal with difficult material is a good thing. I tell students that when they slow down, they are actually being very smart. It does not mean that they are bad readers, as many of them internalize that if I slow down, that means I'm a bad reader. And I tell them it's actually a smart thing, and you are being a good reader when you do that. Getting yourself back on track by rereading when you get off track. So sometimes students, I do it as well. My brain is going on 10 different things, and I start reading and I say to myself, what did I read? I don't even remember. I get to the bottom of the page or end of a paragraph and I can't recall. So don't skip over that section. Don't turn the page. Make sure that you are acquiring that information. And the next strategy is really going to talk about how to stay in that active position. So paying close attention and rereading when the text becomes difficult. And here's the last strategy. This is the support reading strategy. These are strategies used to help students retain and understand information after reading. So sometimes this lasting effect of this understanding, this comprehension, this knowledge that has been acquired stays a day, a week, a month, a semester, a year, or more with them because they have done these things. These are the procedures. They have annotated, they have looked for topics, looked for main ideas, circled words that were tacit or unknown, paraphrased, they have outlined the reading, they have summarized the reading, and they've made those key connections, the text to text, text to self, and text to world connections. And I really think those are some of the most important parts of learning reading support strategies. This has been a very fast introduction to reading strategies. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me at stephanie.frosto@austincc.edu. I hope you have a wonderful day.